guys, welcome to Boyka Gamer YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about the new Guardian Bloom Wine Flora. Yeah, Flora, you might be thinking the name sounds similar to the new clan which was released before this, Florelia, but this is not, this is separate, very different champion. And let's see this Guardian champion, what she holds, her skills, how she performs in PvP, PvE, and which kind of traits works good on her, and what kind of Guardian she is. She is support or she is damage base, or what else she can do in your team, and which kind of team synergy will be great for her. We will find out in this video. A little bit introduction about her is I have tested her out for past 6-7 days, and I have done regular testing in a lot of modes in Guardian Arena, in normal arena, in VOC. I also tested her in an advanced arena. So testing in different modes and everything I've checked, and even in Alexis she is currently in my third team. The best thing about her is she is resilient and very hard to kill. She heals her allies, she buffs the allies. Then the very tricky thing about her is even when she is dead, even your whole team is dead, the vines which are from which appears from the ground and keeps on throwing poison on the opponent. It's very you can say dangerous because the damage is very high from those, and secondly it keeps on attacking even though she is dead or her team is dead. So now what happens, like, even you have been defeated from the fight, still you have the chance to kill your opponent. So it's very tricky, and I find it very fun. Secondly, the healing she does is very well. You can see a very good healing. Secondly, she gives shield, and that shield, I have seen the shield she has given to all five of her, including her, all of the champions on the battlefield. For example, what happens, like some of the, like Nord or uh, Athron, they have selective shields, and those shields are like not permanent. They wear off after a time. But her shield is permanent. Once she gets a shield, she becomes invincible. She starts killing up your opponent, and she does a lot of damage. The damage is also very good thing in her, healing damage. Then controlling, she can also control the opponents. Everything is selectively, if I will say communicatively, yeah, together, that my opinion for her is she is really good guardian. Her skills, her every single thing works very fine. Until now, I am using her with the 17 star. She is not very high in the power for me, but yet she is performing very good. If somebody is investing very good on her 19 star, 20 star, 18 star, she will be more stronger than the results which I have gained. Secondly, you need a team to keep her little bit alive in a starting, because I have seen her performance very much differ when she has a very defensive team, or the team where she can be alive for a few seconds in the starting so that she can get a shield. Once she gets the shield, she becomes invincible. Then she will keep on killing. The damage, you can say, the damage is like so high damage. You can see even the guardian, not the guardian, judicator. The squid judicator damage seems very low in front of her. So I will share some screenshot. You will also agree with me. The damage that she can do is very good. Okay, then let's dig in and check out the skills and other things about her. Let's check out her skills. Guardian skill, Thorn Lash. Unleashes a series of whip strike in a forward cone, dealing 1500% of strength as damage to each enemy hit and significantly knocking back nearby enemies. So this part I will explain further. She is doing a multiple attacks. That whip strike is not just one strike, it is a very fast, and multiple times she is attacking the enemy. And the important thing over here is per hit. Every single hit that whip does, it doing 1530% of strength damage. That is a very big damage if you see, and if he is doing 6 to 10 times of whip attacks to an enemy, you can just say how much of damage is compounding up. That's a lot of damage. Secondly, she is knocking back the nearby enemies. That is also very good thing. She is like controlling the battlefield. She is knocking them back. Then then it adds on the one who has been knocked back. They will be having or attack. They will be having their crit rate and damage reduced by 51% for 8 seconds. So now their crit rate and damage is also getting reduced. So they are getting controlled by knocking back, and then they are getting debuffed. Initially you have seen the damage. So her only the first part of her guardian skill is doing so much stuff: damage, debuff, and control. Now during the guardian skill, the first thing happens is enhances the ring of nature, silencing all enemies within range. Now she is silencing them. Second, heals allies in the ring of 140% of strength per second, with the excess healing converting into shield. Now the second thing is she is also healing her allies with the rate of 140% of her strength per second, and if there is an excess of healing, then it will be converted into shield. And this is a very good thing, that shield is very strong. I have seen it out in the battlefields where it works very fine. And the third thing is creates a duplicate ring on the ally with the lowest constitution lasting until the skill ends. So she also creates a ring towards the ally, so it's kind of saving that ally with the lowest constitution. So in this skill you can see a lot of things happening. First is damage, then knocking back, then debuff, reducing of crit rate and crit damage. Then you will see the three series of things that she can do. First is like enhance the ring of nature, which is like silencing all the opponents in the range. And then she is healing her allies with the extra healing gets into in the shield. Then she creates a duplicate ring on the ally with the lowest constitution, which lasts until the skill. The resolve collection is each resolve is collected. Recovery grants 140 resolve, half of the health from an ally. So if she is recovering faster on the battlefield, she gets resolve faster, and if the healing comes from the ally, the resolve gets half. It's like 70 resolve if it's coming from the ally. While under heal block, restores 140 extra resolve per second, and if there is an anti-healer in the opponent's team, she will be getting the extra resolve. Number cannot gain resolve for 10 seconds after casting, so the cooldown time is 10 seconds. We will check now. Active Bloom Guard, scatter sheet forward, summoning 3 Bloom Guards near random enemies for 8 seconds. The Bloom Guard fire thorns at the farthest target within the range, piercing through the enemies along the path, deal 223% of damage, and inflicting 5 seconds of bleed. This bleed is really good thing. Bleed we have seen in male Segarak, and then we have seen in male Spider. Bleed is really good. I like the dot damage, and bleed is very good. It deals 2.62% of max constitution as damage per second. So it's like 2.62% of max constitution is getting reduced per second, and it has a limit of 2000% of her strength. Attack of Bloomguard has a 60% chance to heal them for 206% of strength. Excess healing converts to the permanent shield. Now again you can see in the Guardian also she is healing plus she is giving shield. In her active also she does the same thing, healing plus the shield. Let's see the passive. Ring of Nature creates a ring of nature around, granting allies within immunity to silence and 33.5% of healing bonus. So this ring of nature is very good. She is helping them out from the debuffs. If there is a debuffer in your opponent who is very good in silencing, C will help your allies very well. So C works very good for that. Every 3 seconds spawns a full trap near the random enemy. Enemy stepping on the trap takes 210% of strength damage and are stunned for 1 second. Each triggered trap heals the caster and ally with the lowest constitution percentage of 7% max constitution. After triggering 3 traps, enemy becomes charmed for 5 seconds. Whenever taking damage equal to 16% of max constitution, summons 2 Bloom Guard near a random enemy. Okay, so let's see. A lot of things happening here in her passive. I will just go through again. The first thing is he's doing is creating a ring of nature, which is very good thing, which is like helping your champions, the allied champions, to gain the immunity from the silence, and also they're getting a boost for the healing. Now what happens in the second part of her passive is every 3 seconds she spawns a floral trap. This floral trap, which deals 210% of damage and also stuns the opponent. Now what happens that if this thing is you can understand like, okay, there's something trap is coming up, and if and the opponent gets the damage, still this is also very good thing, but it gets more better. Now not only they're getting the damage, they're getting stunned, and each time they're getting stunned, it helps the caster to get healed, plus also healing the lowest constitution allied. And the healing is not bad, it's 7.7% of max constitution, so it's a good healing. Now what happens that this trap and everything is so good, it makes more good, it makes it best in the in the third part, that if this trap is triggered 3 times, then the enemy becomes charmed for 5 seconds. So she is stunning them, stopping them from silencing your allies, then dealing damage, then throwing the trap, and then healing your lowest constitution allied, healing herself also, and then she's charming them for 5 seconds. 5 seconds is a very big time. The 5 seconds in the battlefield, I will say it's a big time. And whenever taking damage equal to 16 points of max constitution, so even when she takes the damage, she summons 2 bloom guards. So now you will say that 3 bloom guards are normal. The every 3 seconds a bloom guard is coming up, but when she gets 16% of damage, 2 more will be spawned there. So a lot of bloom guards, and this, I think this is the bloom guard which I was talking about, which works even when she's died. So it's a very annoying bloom guard, you can say. Let's check out the ultimate. Thorn Bind. Channels vine into the ground, targeting a locked enemy. Vines and erupt from the ground at the target spot, rooting all enemies in the area for 4 seconds. I will say this rooting is like holding them down. Then deals 581% of strength per second to all affected enemies and still 8% of max constitution from each enemy in the area. Stolen constitution is gradually returned 4 seconds after skill ends. During channeling enhances all bloom guards, increasing their attack speed by 47.8% for 6 seconds. Their attack also reduces enemy healing received from 74.8 for 2 seconds. Okay, let's see. This is interesting. Her ultimate is very interesting. That first of all, it erupts from the ground and holds down the opponents for 4 seconds, dealing 580% 81% of strength damage. Then says stealing their max constitution from each enemy, not just one. So it's like 8% of max constitution from each. Stolen constitution, the constitution which got stolen is gradually returned after 4 seconds of the skill end. During the channeling, enhances all bloom guards. So now this bloom guard you already seen. These bloom guard are very dangerous. They are the one who are like a trap and who keeps on doing damage to your opponent. And now she has the power to enhance them. like increasing their attack speed. So their attack is like 47.8% increased for 6 seconds. Their attack also reduce enemies healing. Now you can also reduce the enemies healing by 74.8%. That's a very big debuff. I will say it's very big. 74 point. It's like almost two of three part of the healing. No, it's not. Like three out of four part of the healing is stopped just because her of ultimate. And you have seen the passive. She increases the healing for your champions, and in ultimate she is reducing healing for your opponent. She is doing a lot of thing in the battlefield. So that's why I said she is very dangerous guardian, very good guardian. You should go for her. Because a lot of things she is doing on the battlefield which will help out your team to survive longer, to sustain, do damage, and even win against a mightier foe because of a lot of things she is doing there. If you can utilize her with a good team, she will be very hard to kill in your team. Plus, she is always trying to heal your allies, plus giving them shield with overhealing. So this all makes your team stronger. Traits, the two traits that she has been given already while when you create. By default, she has the two of the traits which are I think are very good traits. First, I will go with the barrier, which is like casting an active skill gains a shield equal to 700% of strength for 8 seconds. This is a very good trait because now mostly people use this trait on every champion. It helps you to gain survivability on the battlefield. The second is perseverance, reduces the skill damage taken by the champion by 10.3%. It's not that very fancy trait, I will say, but yeah, it's good. It reducing 10% of skill damage taken. It's good. If there would have been the other option of the trait, it would have been very good. But okay, fine. The apart from this, the one trait which I really like is barrier on her. So now the problem with the guardian is like already we get two of the traits locked, and we have only three positions left for trading. And I also use barrier on most of my champions, so the one slot is already taken by the barrier, then the other is taken by the brutal, and then the other one is taken by the fierce or aggressive. So that's how it happens that I get very less space to do like extra thing like try testing other kind of traits. So but for her we can make her a very damaged base champion because we have three slots normally. In the other guardians, according to me, I get only two slots because one is for the barrier, but here she already has a barrier. So now what we can do is the best trait which I have seen working for her is brutal, aggressive, and the third one you can try either fierce or you can try flame fury. I am saying flame fury because flame fury increases your STR once you are receiving damage, and the best thing about her, she is very resilient to be killed. So when she is receiving damage, there is a chance like she will be increasing her STR, and Flame Fury STR increase is very high. 38% of 38, I think so. 38% of strength increases in the Flame Fury. So the three traits which I really recommend for her is brutal, aggressive, Flame Fury. If you don't have Flame Fury, then you can just go with the fierce. And even if you don't have fears, then I will give you one more very good suggestion. If you really want to make her more dangerous on the battlefield, like not dying easily and like doing lot of thing, you can give her steadfast. So now what happens, like her active is also giving a shield, and when she is receiving damage she is getting shield, and normally she also does lot of healing. So this way she will be surviving longer. So it's up to you. I gave you three or four kind of different setups you can use. First you can aggressive, brutal, fierce for the damage. If you're looking for survivability, you can go aggressive, brutal, steadfast. if you want to go for more experimental damage, because Flame Fury is very experimental because it only increases when you receive damage. So I just say it's experimental. So you can go with brutal, aggressive, and Flame Fury. These three setup you can try anything you want.
Oh, these brothers my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. Why they wanna move like that? Where you want gone? Why you want act like that? Why you play hard? No rush, go on, move dumb. Back and forth, push and shove. Make your peace and love.
Few testings I have done. This is the first one you can see here. I have been using Athron, Down Feather, Flora, Nexus, and the tree. Now this team, this is my second team I was testing out, and I saw a very good result over here. Nexus is the highest damage dealer, and second highest is Flora, whereas it should be the tree who should be the highest damage second or first, but he is third. Now what happens here is like more than the damage, the most appealing part which I like about her is her damage taken probabilities, her possibilities, like how much damage she can sustain. You can see 27 billion of damage she sustained while on the battlefield. So that's my case study. Like she can sustain a lot of damage, she heals, and she survives longer on the battlefield than other champions. Now the second my case study is, so this one is very interesting thing. The damage here you can see by her is phenomenal. It's so good. Just 18 star, and the damage is 75 billion. So 75 billion damage she has done, and she has sustained 128 billion damage. She has taken 128 billion of damage and done 75 billion damage. Healing is not that high in this one, but my other case study the healing was very good. So here you can see the probability or the possibilities she has. And my third case study, I am not using Flora. I'm fighting against a team who has Flora and has a very strong Flora, and other champions which are strong, like the Judicator, Square Judicator is all like 5 stars, so has a very good team. The opponent has a good team to sustain against me, and it is 1 billion over me, over my might. So that's why I chose this opponent to check the Flora. Flora is not bad. You can see the opponent's Flora has did around 9 million of damage, which has sustained 22 million of damage, and has done pretty good healing, but not that high healing. So this is the whip strike I was talking about. See how fast he is attacking. The whip is so fast, and each whip attack does 1500% of damage. That's a lot of damage. You can see so fast damage. It's like 6 times, 10 times. I don't know how much times is attacking. That's a lot of time attacks, and each of that hit is doing 1500% of damage. That's how her damage has so much possibilities of the damage. Now this is the thorn bind that channels the vine. I already said it holds down the opponent. So in conclusion, you have seen every single thing about her skills, the traits, the way she performs, the case studies that I have done, the amount of damage she can has a potential of the damage, the amount of damage she can take, the healing, everything you have seen in this video. Thanks for listening the video, and if you have any other questions or any doubt about this guardian, you can comment down in the comment section. I will try to reply you promptly. And for more exciting and more in-depth tutorials or information about the champions of Bloodline of Lithas, you can subscribe me. Thanks for listening.